It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. It does help my channel out, and I want to wish all of you guys a Merry Christmas, and I hope you spend it with your loved ones and, have a blessed day. Um, Now, what I wanted to talk about right here is something that I normally talk about on my other channel, Madness Society, M.O.D. If you guys can go subscribe to that channel, it'll help me out. I would appreciate it. That's where we talk about stuff like this. But the reason I wanted to talk about it in this channel, is because I wanted to reach a bigger audience, to get to understand the concept behind this matter. So I study psychology. Been studying it already for about 3 years, going on 4. Um, I know people are gonna be like, bullshit. Believe what you want. Um, when it comes to personality disorders, it does tend to confuse a lot of people, right? A lot of people don't understand what's going on. A lot of people don't know how to read individuals and stuff like that. Is it's understandable. These people are kind of hard to spot if you don't know what to look for. So one of the most how could I say, one of the most um I guess you could say the worst one out of all the personality disorders, that one of the ones, right? Because the psychopath's, top notch, but a sociopath. A s and what's worse than a sociopath is a paranoid sociopath. A paranoid sociopath is very unstable. A paranoid sociopath has no friends, has no alliance, but he's very charming, right? He's a person that a lot of people will like, a lot of people will support because of his charisma, right? Because he gives off that vibe, like he's somebody that's a good person, someone who looks out for others and stuff like that, but it's all a disguise. And how you're able to spot this disguise is that, see, a sociopath tends to do a lot of things behind the scenes, right? They manipulate others to turn against others in order for them to gain what they want to gain. And if they view somebody as a threat, they will remove that person, to being a threat, but not by physical, because physical, that's more for a psychopath. A psychopath doesn't care, he'll go and do it. A sociopath does it the conniving way, right? Conniving, plotting, and getting others to do his bidding, right? Because he's intelligent enough to know the dynamics behind it. While psychopath just doesn't really care for any of that. They'll just go and do it just because they don't have no regret, no remorse, stuff like that. While a sociopath does, care about what happens to him, and he shares a lot of characteristic with a narcissist, right? Except a narcissist is not to the magnitude of a sociopath, and a narcissist does tend to care for at least others, while a sociopath tends to only care about himself, and there's very few others that he'll actually care about. That's why a sociopath doesn't really mind stealing from his own family, or even his own children and stuff like that. Well, a narcissist would at least consider not, I ain't gonna do that, or whatever. So sociopath is, is extreme, and it's a real antisocial disorder, right? Personality disorder. That affects a lot of people, and a lot of people don't even know that they have this disorder. A lot of people just think that's their character, that's how they were brought up to be, or that is normal when it's not, right? And now, how are you able to spot one of these people? Well, it's simple. Is that their egos is always their downfall, right? Their egos, they feel like they're smarter than everybody, that they'll never be caught, that they'll never be, that they'll never be found out. You know what I mean? Their egos is always their downfall. That's how they always get brought down. You know what I mean? Because they think they're smarter than everybody, and think that, that they're so slick and sly, and that is always going to be their downfall. And their mouths. Like this picture shows, you could be happy, sad for you, could sympathize with him. But when you press and ask the right questions, his anger gets the best of him, where he starts talking all that shit. And now you're able to see his true colors. Now you're able to see him for the individual that he truly is. You know what I mean? A lot of people find it really hard to believe when somebody's a sociopath, because it's like, damn, that was a close homie, I actually liked him, he was actually cool and stuff like that. But then when they now start realizing and breaking down, oh damn, man, that explains why he was talking shit about that person and that person. They're supposed to be his doggy dogs, his friends, his partners, his close circle. Yet behind the scene, he's taking shots at each and every one of them, but not so much to the extreme where you're able to catch it, but little jabs here and there because he's planting the seeds. He's slowly planting the seeds to get people in his favor, whenever he has an agenda, right? A mission, a goal. That's why this person, while narcissist, you're able to tell on him right away because, all eyes on me. A sociopath doesn't mind sharing his glory with others if it diverts the attention, for it won't be spotted on him, for he could at the end get what he wants. Because at the end of the day, it's about his, what he wants. It's not about the attention of or what other. He has a bigger goal. While the narcissist's goal is only himself, this person has a higher goal. You know making them that more dangerous because they don't mind throwing whoever under the bus, stealing. They're con men, they're manipulators, they're some of the worst type of people on this planet. That's why their group of friends never stays the same. It always changes. Why they always have to keep moving around from spot to spot. They can never really have a serious relationship either. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't have stable relationships. They go from one relationship to another, another. Even with kids and everything, they just leave them behind and stuff like that. Because a sociopath, especially a paranoid sociopath, cannot commit to something because he is only in it for himself and what he could get out of this person or any person. You know what I mean? How could I use them to benefit myself? And once I'm done, once you can't provide nothing, it's off to the next. And he doesn't mind, because he doesn't have no emotional attachment to these people. Although he could say it and show the face expressions and all that, deep down inside, he really doesn't feel nothing for nobody. Um, you know, and and here's the thing: the internet, the internet opened the door for a lot of these type of people, right? Before conmen and sociopath were a lot more harder to spot in the real world, right? Because they go from person to person, and you really can't go back and see what these individuals were saying and stuff like that if they were manipulating in their way. The internet opened the door now for these individuals to now take advantage of people, but by the masses, right? Here's their downfall. It's a video. People could just go back and watch the video, and really dissect what they're saying, their face expressions, and catch the shots that they're taking, and really choose. If you know what to look for, you could really truly see the individuals for who they are. Um, you know, that's one of the things about here in the when I'm watching somebody a video. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. People could say what they want. I want to see for myself. Right? Because people could just be mad or hating or whatever, and you know, and it is crazy, what people don't understand is psychology. One of the keys to psychology is letting a person talk, right? And you just sitting there and listening, not engaging, not interrupting, just listening, but truly listening, not blacking it out or whatever. Really, truly listening to what the individual's saying, right? How he says it, the words he chooses to say. If he retracts a statement, if he diverts a statement, and really, study the individuals because sometimes they're really good. Where even they have been put in, you know, a psyche home or whatever, and they can manipulate their way out to getting released. They're able to trick us, even the psychologists, because some of them are really, really good. You know what I mean? Even I have, fallen for some of their lies and stuff like that. Um, right? So some of them are really, really good, but it's only a matter of time. Like I said, when you truly listen and really dissect what an individual's saying, you're able to see their true colors. And on here on YouTube, there is a lot of them. You know what I mean? Um, even in the street or prison genre, there's some out there. You know what I mean? Um, pe- People will find a hard time really seeing it or believing it, but they're there. Um, you know what I mean? Um, People only focus on the bits and pieces that are there instead of homing in on the big picture. You know what I mean? There's People don't do stuff just for no reason. There's a reason why people do everything on this world, and these individuals no different. You get what I'm saying? Um, It, it's sad, because even though there's so much room, and even they could say that there's so much room on the table for everyone to eat, if anybody is a threat to them, where they could potentially, like maybe you have some knowledge, or maybe you could say, nah, it doesn't go like that, or nah, that's not the way it is, or whatever. And now he's looking like the person who's lying, or maybe deceiving, or incorrect. Now is the lights start homing in on him, and he's not willing to take that chance. So therefore, he rather just eliminate you now than taking the risk of everybody now seeing his true colors. That is the reason why some of these individuals, especially on YouTube, will try to destroy other channels, because not taking the potential chance that the stories that you're putting out there might contradict his stories, or might now shed the light on him, and he's not willing to take that risk. That's too much of a high risk for him, who has a bigger goal. Remember, he sees the end game, while other people just focus on the here and there. Now he sees the end game, and he's not willing to take people who he can manipulate. If I can manipulate you and pull you into my world of deception, then you must be eliminated. But like I said, they're not gonna want to look like the bad guys and stuff like that. So it has to be done, you know, his way. It's a long process, but they have the patience for it. Sociopath is very patient when it comes to stuff like this. Unless like I said, when you start pressing their buttons, their true character will come out. It always happens. That's why a lot of serial killers end up getting caught, who are sociopaths and stuff like that. Their egos get the best of them, and when they feel the pressure, people just calling them out on it, they'll always break. Not just with sociopath, but with psychopath and narcissists as well. They just can't help it. It's that side effect to them. Um, you know what I mean? But overall, if you guys like these kind of discussions or breakdowns on personalities and stuff like that, or about other subjects, you can go catch it on, Man of Society, M.O.D. is where we talk about stuff like this. And, share your thoughts in the comments. And, Shadow, we out.